sum of our choices, and we cannot escape the past.
So I just got done watching Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, one of my most anticipated films of the year. In this film, we have Ethan Hunt and his IMF team that must track down a dangerous weapon before it falls into the wrong hands. Now, this is going to be a spoiler-free review, so I'm not going to be getting into any heavy spoilers. That's going to be coming up later in the week, so you're going to be perfectly safe for now. Now, Christopher McQuarrie comes back to direct this film, and it doesn't seem like he has lost touch about what the series has become since Mission Impossible 3. Every single film in the series has been getting better and better and better, and that is no small feat to Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning.
It's been a long time, friend. You've no idea the power it represents. His fate is written. Shall we write yours too?
If you have enjoyed the Mission Impossible series since Mission Impossible 3 or Ghost Protocol, you won't be disappointed with this movie because there is a lot of adrenaline-fused action in this movie. The action sequences are well shot, and I had a lot of fun coming out of this film. This film brings back Tom Cruise, Rebecca Ferguson, Simon Pegg, Vanessa Kirby, and Ving Rhames, but also has the newcomers of Hayley Atwell, Pom Klementieff, and Isai Morales, who is our villain of this movie, and everybody plays to their strengths, while the other IMF team members kind of take the backseat in this movie. I really enjoyed the chemistry that we had between Ethan and Grace, played by Hayley Atwell. I thought Tom Cruise and Hayley Atwell had a wonderful chemistry in this movie, and they play to their strength. Everybody in this movie, whether their roles are big or small, they all had their roles to play, and they all had their moment to shine. Just like Mission Impossible Rogue Nation was Rebecca Ferguson's outcoming in the series, Hayley Atwell in this movie absolutely shines. She is absolutely amazing. She is like the Rebecca Ferguson of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, where she had a lot of moments to shine. Her chemistry between Tom Cruise was amazing, and even though her character to me kind of had some mixed bags, I really enjoyed what they were doing with her character and how big of a role she played in this movie, and that was going to be one of my biggest concerns going into this movie. I wasn't sure how the chemistry between Cruise and Atwell was going to be in this movie. Within the first 5 minutes of these characters meeting, those worries were washed away, and I was able to get into their performance and buy into their chemistry and basically get into the goals of what they're trying to do. Isai Morales as the villain, he kind of had a couple of mixed bags here and there, but I really enjoyed his performance in this movie, and I really enjoyed what his character was doing. I really liked some of the twists and turns that they took with his character, and I really enjoy him as an actor. He is great at playing the villain. I feel at this point he's kind of typecast as the villain in basically almost everything that he appears in, and he plays it convincingly. The action sequences between him and Cruise are amazing. I know they've been pushing the motorcycle stunt sequence, but that is nothing compared to what we have when it came down to the train sequence, because I think out of every single action set piece that we have in this movie, I thought the train sequence was amazing and it was well shot. There were a lot of moments where you're at the edge of your seat and you just don't know what's going to happen. How many of these members are going to be coming in and out alive? Because it does feel like they actually raised the stakes, especially during the airport sequence at the beginning. Once that sequence happens, you know that there is nobody safe, and I really enjoyed what they were doing. This movie is about 2 hours and 43 minutes, and while I feel like the pacing of this movie had a very nice quick pace to it, it does feel like a couple of moments here and there are a bit stretched out, and you could have cut down a little bit. Plus, I also was a little bit disappointed in the character of Paris, played by Pom Klementieff. While she has so many great moments in this movie, so many great action sequences, they really don't use her character as much as I would have loved to. I thought she would have been a great henchman to Gabriel, played by Isai Morales, and they just didn't really give her a lot to do. I was kind of hoping that she would be in the same veins as Sofia Boutella in Kingsman, where that character had so many moments to shine. In this movie, I feel like Pom Klementieff, although had some great action sequences, I don't think they did the best with her characters, and I kind of wanted a little bit more from her, especially since she pops in and out here and there. And like I mentioned earlier, the other IMF team members, Rebecca Ferguson, Simon Pegg, and Ving Rhames, they don't really get a lot of screen time in this movie. They feel like they are in the background, and this is just the Tom Cruise and Haley Atwell's show. And even though I really enjoyed them, I kind of wish we had a little bit more of the other IMF members, because their chemistry is what makes this series work as a whole. And you buy the little camaraderie that they have together, their witty banter back and forth. And that kind of was lost just a little bit in this movie, and I kind of wanted a little bit more from them, even though they had their moments to shine when they were there, whenever they were on screen. I really enjoyed them when they were on screen. I thought the comedy between everybody was fantastic, and there were a couple of moments here and there where it kind of feels a little cheap, but this movie packs in everything that you want this movie to have, and it just goes for it. Tom Cruise and Christopher McQuarrie deliver another great film in this installment, and it doesn't feel like it's going to be letting down anytime soon. And when it comes down to this movie, even though it is a part one, and whenever you hear that it's being split into a part one and part two, or part three in Fast X's role, maybe you don't know if it's going to be leaving off in a cliffhanger when nothing is resolved. And I am here to tell you that this film kind of does feel like a season finale, where it wraps everything that happens in the season, but it also makes you excited for what's going to be coming up in the next season. And that's what I kind of feel Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 does, where you have that finale, but it also gets you excited for what's to come, kind of in the same veins as Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and you're going to be coming out very satisfied when it comes down to this movie. But overall, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 from me gets the Josie approved. I thought this movie was a lot of fun. The action sequences are fantastic. Tom Cruise and Haley Atwell have such wonderful chemistry and such wonderful banter. I just kind of wish we kind of had a little bit more from the other IMF members, because it kind of does feel like you were missing them at points, and a couple of moments here and there where it does feel like it's getting stretched out just a little bit. Could have been shortened down just a little bit. But this is the funnest movie of the summer, where it packs a lot of great action sequences. Some of the comedy in the movie absolutely hits, and you're just excited to see what happens in Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 2. But those are my thoughts on Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Are you guys excited to check this film out? And are you guys going to be seeing it opening day? Go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys on the next review.